Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Deb Sofield, and you're listening to my weekly podcast series called Encouragement for Your Life. Most of you know I'm a national speaker, trainer, and coach. I like to say I help people find their voice and learn to use it. I'm also a conference speaker on the topics of public speaking, presentation skills, how to deal with the media, and crisis communication. I've got a number of other presentations on my website if you'd like to check those out. If your organization has an upcoming conference and you need a keynote speaker, I hope you'll reach out at debsofield.com. I would love to be a part. I've got a number of great books on the market. My best-selling book, Speak Without Fear. My book, Perfecting Your Platform. Both of those are on Amazon and Audible if you like to listen to books. And my series, Encouragement for Your Life, which is a compilation of these podcasts, they're available on Amazon, volumes 1 through 3. Just go into Amazon, type in my name, Deb Sofield, all my books will appear. A little tough love today. The title of my talk is Manners Cost Nothing and Are Priceless. I'm Deb Sofield. Stay with me. I'll be right back after the break. All right, dear listener, when was the last time someone said thank you or please to you? Really, think about the last time someone out of the clear blue said, hey, thank you, for some kind deed you did for them, or said, please, when something was needed. Oh no, you can't even think of a recent time when someone said those magical phrases in a sincere manner? Yeah, I feel your pain. Sadly, that's my point today. You know, it seems so rare to hear a kind word of thanks, praise, appreciation, or encouragement that's not forced or contrived to get you to do something for someone. So with that in mind, let's figure out how you can be the change you and I would like to be in the world. No doubt you've shaken your head in disbelief when someone does not acknowledge a kindness done to them by another person. It seems the idea of being grateful for small and large kindnesses just isn't the norm these days, and that is not good, my friends. When the basic idea of being kind, thoughtful, and understanding are trampled by the harshness or being aloof of those in command and control, I think we are headed for a real problem that will manifest itself in actions that show no mercy for those who need it the most. We see rudeness play out every day online and in real life. It is the shredding of the fabric of our society, so much so that I worry if we don't stop, we might not ever be able to put that fragile fabric back together. And I hope you would agree with me that if there was ever a time we need to up our manners and say a kind word, that time is now. I was watching a video by Simon Sinek, the British-American author, motivational speaker, marketing consultant, who has kind of taken social media by storm with his observations of this generation's socially awkward interactions and why these kids are failing in the marketplace. And while I agree with his general assumption of reasoning that many of today's kids were not taught the harsh realities and basics of life by their parents who worked, negotiated, and harassed the system to give their kids a gold star and a trophy for showing up, he also opines that these kids don't know any better on their own. And that's the part I would probably disagree with if Simon were to ask me. I believe most kids today learn from other kids. With that in mind, it shouldn't be that much of a stretch to observe good manners, which show a proper upbringing of polite, decent, well-mannered children taught by parents who understand the way of the world and how social conduct plays out and certainly plays an important role in their success. Now, that being said, it seems to be the case that members of the millennial generation now don't even know the basics of common everyday social interaction without a phone in their hand or emoji or selfie showing how they feel second by second. It seems that there is an overall lack of basic etiquette that's missing in our personal lives, our professional lives, and society in general. So, to make the world a better place, hey, let's do our part by using our manners and showing kindness and social skills that reflect our gracious upbringing. And while this will be a reflection of who we are on the inside, it also shows who we are on the outside. Remember, manners are not just the purview of children. They are important for adults who want to excel in their personal and professional lives as well. And a lack of sloppiness or social skills and proper verbal interaction, it could very well cause you harm. And here's the good news. It can be avoided by caring enough to clean up your act, dust off your manners, both verbal and physical. For me, the reason this topic is worthy of discussion is I fear we are careening into mayhem because those who either don't know or don't care enough about their neighbors, friends, and family who they disagree with to maintain a proper balance of healthy disagreement and respect for differing points of view. It's just not happening. And that's concerning in the long run. Simply stated, in today's world, we can do what Canadian speaker and author Rhonda Sharf recommends, which is make ourselves stand out in a rude society by remembering our manners, treating people as respected individuals, and doing what others are unwilling to do. So I want to focus on just 3 important words for all of us to dust off and start saying. And I'm going to start with thank you. Lynn Truss, the author of Talk to the Hand, The Utter Bloody Rudeness of the World Today, says that a simple thank you is one of the most important ways we can stem the tide of rudeness and acknowledgement of something good being done that deserves a verbal response of praise. Many of my readers and listeners know these rules of respect and common courtesy, and they've been the beneficiaries of their value. But please allow me to encourage you to keep on keeping on so your voice is magnified in the muddled marketplace of self-absorbed, complaining, selfish, foolish people. As you scroll through your social media news feeds, you listen at the office, tune into your favorite station, TV or radio, you're going to recognize the need for another voice. A voice that has words of kindness and sanity that really need to be added to the current mix of anger, jealousy, and rage. And I'm going to just do a quick rabbit trail. We really need to stop swearing in public. That is so low class that I know when you hit your thumb with a hammer, a couple words work, but in business settings, that separates the wheat from the chaff. So please, consider the words that you're using. I know we hear it on a national level, but friends, we're better than that. And I really am hoping and praying that we get back to the soft side of the world. Okay, so you're probably familiar with the concept of a kind answer turns away anger, while on the other hand, harsh words start a fire. Well, it's true. And the only way to douse a fire is to keep your words soft and firm, kind and gracious. One way we can do that is being verbal with our praise and thanksgiving for the good and kind things others do for us. So let's dust off the word thank you and add them to our everyday vocabulary. Now, the other word I think we need that's the word please. The simple word please acknowledges the gift of time, effort, and value that another person gives us. For some people, actually hearing the word please directed towards them creates a sense of value and worth. Hey, if they didn't matter, you would not acknowledge them. Thus, the word please sets the tone for a two-way conversation. Kind of hard to be snarky and mean when you use the word please. On a more personal note, when you use the word please and thank you, it will make you more popular. Friends and strangers will want to spend time with you because you, verbally, and I'm going to add emotionally, recognize their value. In an unscientific survey I've done with clients and friends, I've noticed that when the words of proper manners are used, the overall attitude and physical stance of those hearing those words are adjusted to a more proper, calm, and genteel place. When someone is outwardly belligerent in a proper setting, it becomes obvious that they are out of place. And friend, that is no way to win friends and influence people. In fact, it might be the death knell for your advancement. In today's world, if you were to ask people what it is they want the most, do you know one of the top responses would be a desire to be recognized for their time and talent that was given, and in many cases freely, for the job, a guest, a family member. Knowing that, and knowing how hard it is for some people just to say a kind and proper word, would cool the flame of others' fragile emotions. I would say it's not hard at all. It's just not hard. It just takes time and effort, both of which we have. We just need to make some room for dealing with that when we deal with others. The simple word please very well might open doors that have been shut to others. So why not give yourself a bit of goodness and acknowledgement and grace and mercy and value other people who come to the table? Friend, mind your manners with one simple word as please. All right, so I'm going to sum up my thoughts with a reminder that thank you and please are still magical words. In fact, they might just be the two most important words in the English language. So I think we should use them, not just for ourselves, but as we teach others by our actions. Good words, good manners cost nothing. And yet, to another person, wow, they are priceless in today's world. In the Bible, there's a proverb in 15:1 that says, "A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger." I'm going to ask that you, and listen, myself too, we need to get back to common courtesy, decency, and then kindness. Because friends, manners cost nothing. But the fact is, in today's world with so many angry people, they really are priceless. All right, I know, a little tough love here, maybe a little preachy. I am so sick and tired of the rudeness of people. I occasionally see things online, and I honestly have to stop scrolling because it bothers me when people are disrespectful to elderly, to police, to people in leadership because they have a right. And I just think to myself, man, if that was my kid, they're not my kid, but I'm worried because one day somebody's going to haul off on them because they simply just didn't do the right thing. Listen, you can be a jerk, but you're not. And those of you who are listening, you know, you're watching it, you're seeing it. So fortunately, you and I, well, we got to set a standard because they have no one else to turn to. And if it's true, and it is, a soft answer turns away wrath, it's so shocking in today's world that we just might be able to reach the next generation. All right, believe it or not, you've been listening to Deb Sofield's Encouragement for Your Life, and I do hope you'll join me next week as we work towards a better day for all of us. And remember, Deb doesn't care what the world says about you. I want you to know I care about you, and I care about you because I believe we all have to work together to make the world a better place. And here's my promise. Hey, how about we just walk alongside each other as we make that dream come true? All right, I'm Deb Sofield. Thanks for joining me. I hope you'll join me next week. I'll find a happier topic. Okay, I'll try to find a happier topic.